Hey everybody, it's Luke. It's Friday, July 30th, believe it or not. I can't believe it's already almost August. And so, let's see, I'm surrounded by, beautiful plants and vegetables, growing in containers and pots. Some in ground stuff, but mostly in pots and containers. Um, And a lot of people think, okay, well, this is kind of it for the gardening season, right? Um, we started our seeds indoors in this, February, March. We transplanted them outside in April, May, and June. We started harvesting in like June, July, and into August. Um, and then that's kind of it. We think Labor Day, we're done. Not necessarily. There are still plenty of vegetables that you can start now from seed for a fall harvest. Uh, they need to be quick maturing, so you can't start something like corn now, or pumpkins, because they're going to take like 3 or 4 months, and that's probably too long, um, depending on where the first frost is in your area. But where I am, the first frost is going to be sometime in October. Um, you know, Whenever the full moon is in October, that is about when we'll expect the first frost here. It probably won't be a killing frost. Um, that probably won't happen until November or even into December, depending on how mild the late fall season is. So, anyway, without further ado, a lot of your local garden centers, nurseries, hardware stores, they've already got rid of all their seeds uh, for the season, and places like Walmart will be getting ready to turn their garden centers into Christmas centers, because yeah, it's 5 weeks to Labor Day, so never too soon to start the holiday shopping season. But you need seeds that are quick growing, quick maturing, and that do well in cooler weather. And there are a lot of those. So my favorite place to get seeds, since I can't get them, you know, anywhere else right now, is ordering them online. And you get the best selection that way as well. You'll get unique heirloom varieties, things that are specific for your region or specific for the season. I'm sorry, they're like doing a roof for something chimney next door, so it's kind of noisy. So I'm just going to go through these rather quickly. Uh, Late July into August, things you can still plant and harvest successfully because they have short um, days to maturity. We're going to start with any of the cruciferous things: cabbage, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and this is something that maybe a lot of people don't know about. It's common here because there are a lot of Italians here. It's called rapini broccoli, which is also called rabi. Um, and it's kind of like a little mini broccoli. You eat the stems, you eat everything. They're kind of bitter, they're delicious. Uh, this is 3 to 5 days to germination and 55 days to maturity. So that's 60 days. That means, the end of September, beginning of October. Um, One good thing about this time of the year, seeds are going to germinate really fast because the soil is warm. Like in the spring, like beans take forever to germinate or don't germinate at all. Right now they germinate almost overnight. So I'm planting some rabi. These seeds I got from MIGardener. That's MIGardener. I'll put the link in the description. They're my favorite source for seeds. They're based in Michigan. Okay, I'm going to plant some more beans because the rabbits early on, consumed my first 2 or 3 plantings of beans, and I've had some successfully growing in containers since then. But I'm going to plant some beans. They'll germinate fast, and they'll produce in, again, 50 to 60 days after germination. You can never have too many beans. They're great for freezing. I prefer to can them, eat them raw. I mean, nothing beats the taste of a fresh green bean. This variety is called Provider, and very prolific. Okay, nobody thinks of planting peas at this time of the year. Everyone plants their peas in March or April, and you get like a harvest in maybe June, and then that's it because it gets too hot and they don't produce anymore. This time of year, however, they'll germinate quickly, unlike the peas I planted on St. Patrick's Day. Um, and once they start getting ready to produce, the pods and stuff, the night temperatures are going to be nice and cool. The daytime temperatures aren't going to be as high, except for an occasional hot day. These are 7 to 20 days to germination. I'm thinking this time of the year it's going to be more like 7 to 10 days probably, and 62 days to maturity. This time of year, you'll be able to keep harvesting them. Okay, so you'll get your first crop, and you might get a second crop, and you might even get a third crop. So just kind of pick them as they produce, and the peas will keep producing. This is a variety that I've never grown before. It's called Laxton's Progress number 9, and it's commercially grown for the production of baby food. They are nutrient dense, easy to grow, no trellising needed. It only grows up to 20 inches high, disease resistant, quick to mature, ideal for containers. Can't wait. Continuous harvesting helps reduce more vines. And eat your peas quickly after harvest or they will convert to starch. So I will be canning them, or with peas I actually prefer, it's one of the few things that I prefer frozen. So peas I'll freeze because I just like the taste and texture of frozen peas better than canned peas. Okay, this is some rattlesnake bean pole beans. I'm not sure if I'll plant those or wait until the spring because I've already got some other beans that I'm going to plant. You can also plant radishes this time of the year. Quick to produce. This is an interesting variety. They're red and they're kind of tuberous. Describes it as cinnamon, crimson color. 3 inches long, and quick maturing. Plant a few seeds every day and you'll have a succession harvest, that will last you some good time. I already planted these the other day. I've already got my carrots in, so in containers, and I've got the early scarlet horn, which is an heirloom seed grown by the Metis people in Canada back in the 1800s. The Metis people, for those of you who don't know, were Europeans, mostly men, mostly white men, who intermarried with the native population in Canada. So they kind of are a hybrid nation in a way. These were great. They were a great producer in a container. I got a lot out of just a regular 3-foot long window box. I didn't plant more of these because these little fingers, they're like a finger size and they're a little difficult to can. I'm going to plant some more cucumbers because you can never have enough pickles, and it's a great time of year. They'll germinate quickly. I might plant some of these Cherokee black beans, and it's again a pole variety, shiny black beans. Used as a snap variety, it's even better as a dry bean, and because of seed saving of heirloom seeds, this variety was preserved by the members of the Cherokee Nation who survived the infamous Trail of Tears in 1839. If you don't know about the Trail of Tears, you should, and look it up. And I actually think I've got some of these growing in the Three Sisters garden right now, so I might put a few more in. They mature at 65 days after germination. They're going to germinate real quick this time of the year. And this is daikon radishes, which is a long white carrot-shaped radish that are great to make Vietnamese pickles. So, things that I'm not planting, but you can plant: cabbages. They'll get twice as big this time of the year because they're not going to be dwarfed by the extreme heat of summer. Broccoli, lettuce, spinach, kale, collards, any greens, they'll do well. Um, Turnips, rutabagas, beets, you could plant all of those. Um, and I guess that's kind of about it for now. So don't be deterred by the fact that it's almost August. You can still plant. You can turn your garden into like at least a, 6-month garden. Plant early. Start harvesting things like radishes and lettuces in like April, and continue with the harvest all the way into November or maybe even early December. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, learned some things. If you've got a bare spot in your garden, plant it. As something harvests and you're done with it, plant something else in its place. But plant something now that's going to mature in about 50 to 60 days, maybe a bit longer depending on where you are. But give it a try. And be sure to post in the Facebook group your pictures, your comments, your ideas, your questions, your suggestions. And I hope you all have an abundant day. God bless you all. And we'll chat soon.